Okay then, now that I'm all actually set up, except for being awake. You can't force me to be awake while I do this. I would like more sleep. Like before I remember my stream, I have an appointment at 11 o'clock and thinking, God, I'll have to get up at 10. So how do you think I feel now? Well, it's not that bad, but anyway. Let's do the thing. That thing. God, I like not having to switch that over anymore. Alright, I have done what I did some time ago, again. Gone through broken links, broken files that we've already passed by and tried to find them. Tried to find working links, and I have once again gathered a number of them. I suspect some of these might not actually be the right maps. I don't really know until I look at it because I just did this all in a hurry last night. But I tracked down what I could. Most of these should be accurate, but there might be one or two that I couldn't confirm being the right screenshot. And one that didn't have a screenshot in twhl but did elsewhere, so I don't know what their excuse for that was. Anyway, starting off with the timeless classic, dust maps. Oh god. Forgot to set this up, didn't I? Alright, which one's this one? The dust wire play. Once again, I don't know what the site 17 Buddies is, but it has proven to be a valuable source for shitty Counter-Strike maps. So, I don't know, that's probably a dubious praise. But it works for me. Just have to steal these maps and put them back where they belong. Alright. New game. What was it? Dust Team Wave, I believe. Should check. Wireplay. That was the other one I was thinking of. We'll come to that. There we go. There's hints of sound. Okay, this seems about what I should expect. Maybe slightly better than I expected. Hello, Jeff. If that is your real name. And even if it isn't. Yep, the old bomb crates. Okay, maybe it's not that much better than I expected. There's some details here and there though. Something very smooth about that scrolling texture. Not sure what it is. Or at least there's some sound somewhere. I mean, the main thing about these maps is just that they look the look is worn out, isn't it? That's why everyone got sick of these dust clones. Dust likes. Dust-esques. It's hard to get too enthusiastic, even if the map was particularly good, because it just looks like every other map you've ever looked at. Alright, I did find Conch Fort, didn't I? I assume this is the same map. The creator's name seemed to be the same. That said, if this is too heavily on the whole conch jumping thing, then I'm not going to get anywhere in it. Alright, create Conch Fort. Can't remember how many maps there actually seem to be worth checking out that I managed to find, but hopefully there's some. Right, computers. And some kind of flag. That tends to happen. That sure looks like the screenshot. You know, doesn't not every class actually have the concussion grenades? And yet you're allowed to pick every class? Which seems to be map specific. Like you can define that stuff. So why even have all the other classes? Let's see how it opens from the other side. God, that's a bad effect. I mean, what you really want is to make a Counter-Strike map out of a theme that no one would expect a Counter-Strike map of, right? It's hard to get too into these descriptions because it's pretty generic, pretty bland stuff, isn't it? You know, he's describing the map. Loading bay. Where's that? This one I managed to find, but just as a BSP file. Not even in a zip. How uncouth. This one, as far as I could tell, was just sitting in some person's list of maps that they chucked on the internet. Pretty sure it wasn't theirs to do that with. At least I'm pretty sure this is this one. Hang on. Let me consult the screenshot. Okay. This one looks alright. If it is the one, if it is this one, it seems a lot less symmetrical than most TFC maps are. Or tend to be. At least capture the flag maps. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely that map. You're on the right one. Teleporter. No? I really expected this to do something. This stretched glass. Stretched glowing glass? What the hell does that do? Was it? No, I think that's triggered when I stepped on it. Guess it opens that. Is that like a shortcut? But surely the elevator only really works from the bottom. I guess you could get down there without getting too hurt. This is a strange map. But, I don't know, might work. Ye old sewer, there's always one. Hello, Don. Hope this goes somewhere. Okay, good. Where is this? Oh, it's just there. Didn't I come in this way though? It's come from up here. Yeah, I did. Okay, I guess that's most of this map then. It's a bit of a strange one. But wasn't mapped too poorly. Alright, CS La Ferme. Or something like that. This was one that I think I couldn't quite confirm that this was the right one from that screenshot, given that that doesn't tell you a whole lot. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. To be Counter-Strike. Bunny. Skip. Just skip. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. TFC for me, because it was long before I got into online multiplayer, and I certainly didn't have anyone to play with locally. TFC was just that weird thing where it was this strange mod that was packed in with Half-Life for some reason. You can go into that and look at the classes and see what they do and go, this might be fun. But apart from running around the maps, not a whole lot I could do with it. Why didn't that copy? Also wonder why some of these are just files and not actual. I think someone buggered up. Well, these surely. But then half of this stuff didn't copy over. There's already a file with the same name as the folder name specified. Why is that a problem? Hang on. You guys, bugger off. Okay, that hopefully should do the trick. Oh no. So I'm having trouble with duck and pick. Well, those are also weird. I don't know what the hell they did to mess this up. It's very strange. Hopefully that does it. I don't want to spend the rest of my time here just trying to get this one map to work. That one. Come on, you bastard. Good. There we go. Alright.
Team, let's get out of here.
Team, let's get out of here. What game mode is this? Oh god. Synchronized ducks. This seems to be an experiment in model use. Clipping gets real weird. I mean, it's got CS on the name. Good. I also suspect I'm going to have to murder an actual bird in a second. If it keeps up. Ah. That's... Yeah, they're all cycles, so... I mean, you can go in there, but why? So far this seems like a strange thing. But I appreciate the attempt at using a bunch of models. These are far too slender. If these are supposed to be the ducks. Something very unsettling about looking at those things. Some big old pools. I can see a farmer having a dam. But not the... I wonder if that's just a thing around here, because dam, I would think, would be fairly strictly defined as the things that block off rivers and not a big old puddle of water. Maybe that's an Australian thing, or maybe that's just some strange mixing of terminology. Someone tell me I'm not crazy and those things are called dams. Otherwise everything I've been told may in fact be a lie. I'll say about this, I mean, seems like a weird it's just, there are two states of cow. Animated and dead. Which, yeah, accurate, I guess. This map just keeps going. Okay. Despite clearly being labelled CS, I guess this isn't a CS map.
Team, let's get out of here.
I didn't even know escape was a thing. Has that always been a thing? With, what, no official maps for the game mode? That seems like a weird thing. That was the dams on it. God, it's loud today. God, yeah. I think I have to go and deal with that. But at least we got through this one, so. Right, well, I remember AES, because there was at least one of those. Pardon me a moment. I will go and see if I can deal with all the noise out there. Hopefully that shuts it up. Alright, where were we? Alright, DE Small Town. Where are we? I believe this was accurate. Presumably called DE Small Town. Good. I guess now I'm thinking about it, I guess I've never heard of Escape. It can't have been a particularly popular mode. Is that literally just what it is? There's a zone that the terrorists have to get to? How many terrorists have to get out? What was it called? I've already forgotten what it was called. It wasn't CS? DE Small Town, of course. I mean, that is the only one I've bumped into in the course of this stream or life in general. So yeah, and even that one wasn't called an escape map. I mean, there's some. I don't know about some of these design choices, but all in all, this could be worse. That's some thick glass. I'm assuming that went the whole way through. Skybox. Why does it rumble when I walk over this? Just some Half-Life computers. Bomb zone right at the top here. Glass you can see through but not shoot through. Oh, so rare in Counter-Strike maps, in my experience. And someone just pressed fit on every one of these textures by the sounds of it. It's this balcony that you can get to. Oh, too many falls. This doesn't seem terrible. Something about it is strange though. I'm not sure I can put my finger on what exactly is bothering me about it. Something about its look. feels off. And I think it's just sort of its semi-open top nature, maybe. I don't know why it would bother me here and not like every other map though. Possibly because you can actually get to the roofs. And usually the effect is, you know, there's these buildings on the side and they're boxing in what you can get to, but I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what this person was doing. Maybe he's just fixing a spawn bug of some other map, which I don't think was his. I'm not familiar with D. Pharaoh, unless that's an official one that I've forgotten. But let's take a look. This list gradually gets harder and harder to considered it. I've considered it. The list of Counter-Strike maps gets harder and harder to find things in as it fills up more and more. Are you a model? Like, detailed enough that I would hope that it's a model, on the other hand. I feel like there's some issues that you'd probably be able to fix if it were a model. Bullet holes aren't appearing, it's got to be a model. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything, but I think it is. The old skeleton in a tomb. It seems alright. I just kind of wish I could tell whether or not it was actually this person's map, or whether he just fixed, as he said, fixed the spawning issues, because this seems actually fairly well done. But I don't want to give any credit where credit isn't due. It's quite large though. Not that that's a problem. I feel like the nature of Counter-Strike tends to make smaller maps a little more appealing there, given the round-based nature, and you want to actually get through those things so you can respawn when you inevitably die. Or maybe that's just me. I think we've seen enough. It's awfully good. But I'm not gonna name search DE Fair. CS wheelchair. It's just another small hospital. Where are we? There we are. It makes me wonder if there are any well-known escape maps. It almost seems like that would be the closest to the deathmatch mode that everyone seemed to want from this game. Or at least, you know, gathering by how many people effectively made exactly that. Right. Nice van. I feel like maybe I've seen this exact van before though, so maybe it was a prefab. I could be wrong. Maybe they made it. Every window is breakable. No doubt. It's kind of weird that there's just a hole in the wall of this hospital. And this ladder up to this window. It looks like they've saved me the trouble of looking through every door by just having the ones you can go through openable. Already open, rather. So, I'm guessing there's actually no interaction in this entire map, other than breaking windows. Which I'm all for, don't get me wrong. But, be a little thin. But otherwise, this seems pretty decently mapped. All things considered. Oh. Fair enough. That's CS wheelchair. I mean, I guess it makes some sense that the maps that I can still find that aren't in the vault are ones that would be, at least in some way, half decent. Because, Lord knows I did not find everything. But then other things that, you know, sometimes there's a broken link to a problem map, whether it's hosted externally or it just doesn't seem to be there anymore. And yeah, you're not going to find a problem map elsewhere. Especially when it's usually named something rubbish like help me, or I don't know, there's some dumb names in the map vault. You might be surprised. What was this? D Jungle Assault? CS Jungle Assault? Maybe? That one. There we go. Ambience! And it's gone. And little CS Assault place in here. Actually, now I think about it, that's probably what they were going for. At least, it's entirely possible that's what they were going for. The similarity in the name did not occur to me. Okay. I was gonna say, if this is a dead-end room, that seems like a bad idea for that Counter-Strike. Because dead-end basically means a room no one will ever go in, right? Because the only way you're gonna kill someone in there is if someone else goes into a dead-end for no reason. Seems pretty competent though. Crates. Apart from the crates, I guess. I feel like it's only this little section in the middle that really suggests jungle though, because the rest of this is, I don't know, rock face. Gonna assume counter-terrorists spawn around here. Okay, there's a bit of jungle around, well, this section. Hang on. Okay. Despite being pretty green, that water does not hurt you. Just a broken table, why not? brushwork, is it? Can't tell. No, probably not. Is that it? Does that pretty well cover it? Yep, I'd say so. Oh, you can't get in here. It's not a funk vehicle though. So why even bother? Also like how you can't see through the windscreen. Alright. Malevolence 1.4. This one seemed to be a mod, and even a mod to the point where it's got an installer. Which hopefully does what it's supposed to and doesn't fill my computer with shit. Who am I kidding? It'll probably do that anyway. Oh boy, there's a path where that we haven't seen for a while. Maps, common, Half-Life. An awfully big thing. Granted, it did seem to make a big point about it being open source, so maybe it's got a bunch of raw files. We can only hope. I see a lot of .h's and .cpp's, so that would seem to be the case. Hopefully it actually has the mod in there. Like, playable. Because otherwise I fucked up. Malevolence 1.4. Maps. Okay, there appear to be maps. Jib and SS maps. Whatever that means. Come on, Steam. That one, presumably. Is anyone familiar with Malevolence? Can't say I've heard of it. An actual training map? Or maybe the training map links to the first map anyway.
The time is 5:42
Turn that shit down. More.
a.m. Current top
Even though that didn't seem to do anything.
41 degrees, with an estimated high today of 105.
I think this just straight up started the map. So,
At a
whatever.
pleasant 68 degrees at all times.
Why is that so loud? Should be off. Is there a way to disable music? 'Cause frankly, I'd rather that than... no, I don't. Haven't had a Half-Life CD in quite some time. This appears to be a fairly standard, classic, old Half-Life intro. Know the secret of turning those pipes.
Your limbs inside the train at all times. Do not attempt to open the doors until the train has come to a complete halt at the station platform. Now arriving at Area 5. This is a medium security area. Be sure to wear your identification badge at all times. Thank you, and have a very safe and productive day.
Bing. Good. I feel like tendencies usually to make those tracks electrified at all costs, so I'm glad they didn't do that straight off the bat.
Hey, Mr. Freeman. Geez, and I thought I had a long night. You look like hell. Just one of those days, I guess. I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. They were having some problems
Got
down
coffee
in the
on his
testing
face.
too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
Seems fairly competently done though. It's probably a storage facility, right? Ah. Seems pretty one for one with Half-Life thus far. See whether it actually develops into its own thing.
Greetings. Greetings. It's good to see you.
Hey, catch me later. I'll buy you a beer.
Why are all Barneys begoatied?
Topside, checkpoint, Bravo.
Getting through levels at a decent clip. Down, probably. Just because it's logical to have a staircase doesn't mean it's worthwhile. This place seems a little bit windy.
I really don't know.
Who locks the toilet?
Ah, it's good to see you. I wonder if I should run that.
I mean, that seems like fairly well realized lab areas.
You got the wrong airlock, Mr. Freeman. You know I can't.
Just leave their guns lying around.
Greetings.
course.
Malfunction in elevator system.
Pay for effects if it happens in an elevator.
Helicopter in elevator 2.
I mean, everything's implied, but it's not necessarily interesting. Doubt there's anything you can do about the volume of the music. It's just convenient that someone happened to be hanging onto a crowbar close to where you get knocked out. Down, probably. So situations where, why bother putting that area down there if there's nothing you can do down there? Well, it is a red herring and wastes everyone's time. Even if it makes sense that that would be an area down there. I mean, that's just straight up that generator. Oh, of course, our underwater Zen exhibit. Why not? No light is exploding. Not actually exploding. Won't fault him on the details though. It's I feel like it's lacking a little bit in the plot department though.
Welcome to the HEV Mark 8 protective system.
I'll stay here, okay? Why not? I don't want to die alone anyway.
No? Now what? I don't know if there's anywhere I can go that I haven't already been. It's probably not that way. At least one would hope. Did I miss a door? I did miss a door. And the military moved in quick this time, didn't they? Almost instantly, in fact. Oh. That's close. Nope. That was even less close. Oh, there's quick saves. Auto saves. Damn it. I don't have to hope there's quick saves, I just have to remember to do it. Blue HEV suit just for something different. Auto aim. No. thank you. Why can't I take his gun though? Freeman, you fool. It's one of those mods now. Glock sniping. Grunts. Yeah, if it's on easy, then that's... that's fine. I can live with that. Yeah, that's not my preference. I already lost. I ducked in here and got lost. Which way did I come from? Probably this way. So that's my main complaint. It's nice that these areas are all fleshed out and winding, but doesn't actually make it interesting. Oh, he dropped a gun. Custom crosshairs. Security camera, what follows? Oh. Oh no. It couldn't handle that. I hope the save wasn't the last one I made. Oh, that's not what I clicked on. Bugger off, Steam. Always a risk, I guess.
Let's go.
Come on. Reset my key bindings. In fact, reset everything that I did in here. Now, don't crash everything. Still ground for a second there. In a way that made me think it was going to do it again. It's a nice little touch though, having that break a bit more as you go through it. Yeah, I can go in all these rooms, but do I want to?
Ah, you have one of the new HE. Lead the way. This is as far as I go. Fine. You won't even know
I didn't go anywhere. I probably need him, right? If there's a live scientist, that's usually what it means. Must be the those retinal scanners earlier. Do you have anything to do with this? Nope. How about this one? Convenient.
You still say there's nothing to chaos theory?
It's outlived his usefulness. You know, is this actually supposed to be Black Mesa? Because there's all these military people around, but I haven't seen any aliens yet. Okay. Good. Which encourages running along the rails. Some of the game at the end sounds make weapons sound unreasonably loud. The volume must be. It's around where I left it. Yep. Already up to on a rail. Still haven't seen any aliens. Lucky the train knows to stop exactly there. See good opportunities to use trip mines in single player maps. Unless that's actually all you have. I mean, frankly, in this particular map, it's given me weapons far faster than I actually need the damn things. I mean, the whole thing kinda moot. No? Yes. No. Yes. Like, I love trip mines in multiplayer, because that shit's fun and funny, but yeah, I feel like I overlook them regularly in single player. Did I already come through here? Don't think I use them in power up either. Not sure why that area was so full of level changes. There was that whole other map that I didn't even look at because I didn't know which map I was supposed to be in. Yep, this is going poorly. Oh. I feel like I haven't been getting much in the way of health. If this is on easy, it's fairly demanding in that respect. So there's this wide open area, which would seem to be where you fight those grunts, except they all came to me, so... I saw a door. Where was it? There. That was in the head. Don't give me that. Yeah, I guess I'll get in the habit of healing regularly until I start seeing some... Until I start seeing some health. Do seem to be retracing my steps. I was starting to think earlier, he's putting a lot of detail on these maps for seeing them for such a short amount of time, but I guess if you go back through each area, then not so bad. Well, I got him. Repelling? It's gotta be repelling, right? Why'd that break? I feel like there weren't a whole lot of maps, so I've got to be near the end, I think. Just kind of expecting one of these doors to do something. Is this no, that wasn't what I was expecting at all. Maybe this isn't Black Mesa and it's just Black Mesa-like. It's just the military attacking for some reason. It's not got anything to do with aliens at all. It's a lot of rubbish just sitting on the air up there. Haven't quite established why yet. Do I come from this way or the other way? If the rain is brush or something else. Spirit has a rain thing, doesn't it? What is this? Why is this up here? Why did I climb this ladder? Other than to, you know, take fall damage on the way back down. Oh, I see. Hope it's possible to make that fall with 1 life. So otherwise I'm going to have to cheat. Because I'm not playing through it again, just to have more life for this section. Okay, made the fall sound, didn't actually hurt. Good enough for me. Oh. Right. Still stuff to fight, isn't there? Maybe I'll shoot them first. I fatally shot him in the backpack. Yep. I feel like we haven't really established where I'm going. There you go. Except whatever happens in the effect will probably set them off. Yep. Why are they still shooting? And now I'm in the situation where if they don't follow me, I'm fucked. Well, not quite fucked, but... that doesn't. Maybe I should just give myself a health kit so I don't have to worry so much. Because this game seems to be reaching its climax and it still hasn't given me a single health kit. They could have warned that that would be the case or something. That seems unnecessarily punishing for a Half-Life mod.
Mission depleted. Mission depleted.
Right, how about this? Oh, even better, how about just this? Oh, right, I still need to do that. There we go. Just imagine I took my time and went through this carefully and gave a fuck. Okay, where am I going? Oh!
Alright, we got it.
That's real dumb. I don't know if I think that's clever or just real shitty. More than anything else, it's probably just bad design. tries to subvert itself. It's just going to be a bunch of credits for him. I get it. I understood the first time. Confused is not a name. Yeah, okay. I get it. If there's a stinger, I don't care. On the other hand, skipping past that means getting straight back into this bullshit. D City Bridge! How I've missed these Counter-Strike maps. By how, I mean I haven't. It's amazing people didn't just get tired of Counter-Strike as a whole. But that shit seems to still be going strong. Maybe not 1.6 so much, but you know, its forms.
Okay, let's go.
It appears to be symmetrical. Strange use of a column. The old, some of these windows are breakable, some aren't. This same model that I saw earlier. And a river that doesn't actually come from or go anywhere. There's more of a reservoir. At least these tunnels are implied to go somewhere. Why can we only bomb this side of this symmetrical street and not this one? The only difference is this has a truck here. That's it. Well, van, truck, whatever. You know what I mean. Duality. Where are we? It's where the small influx of TFC maps, but I think it was mostly by the same couple of people. So it's probably not much of a resurgence. Herbie's playing what? Glad they abandoned the concept of armor after a while. Or at least in TF2. That shit was always kind of pointless, right? It all boils down to health and then some more health. Wait. Both these lead up that way? Study our own side before we check out another. It's just goes down quite a way, huh? I know I'm lost. Oh, that's not how that works. Well, there's a flag down there somewhere. Ways across include these pipes and that bridge. I don't know why they were so obsessed with these choke points in TFC. I feel like that's pretty much every map. I have reason to believe there's a flag around here somewhere.
You have the enemy flag.
And just a little wading pool, I guess. Why not? I don't know how. I can't think of any reason that's called duality other than the nature of TFC. In which case, every map should be called duality. Alright, Captain P's entry for the glass competition. Guidance. These links are broken, but Pebs has kindly... Oh. No, never mind. No, he hasn't. I wonder if he knows these are empty. I shall have to inform Pebs about that. I was going to say Pebs has kindly provided me with the entries to the competition themselves, but which are separate to the vault entries, but apparently that's not going to happen here. Because these don't have maps in them. I guess I'll see if anything can be done about that. Possibly nothing. Because that's about the only other place I would expect to find them. D Aztec Rush. Oh goddamn it! Why does TFC keep doing that? How did I fix that last time? Badonk, badonk. There we go. D Aztec Rush. That's where we're up to. It's alright. Apparently haven't missed anything. I feel like that only happens when I'm playing TFC. I guess it did happen that one time with Half-Life. So I believe the last Rush one I played was just, you know, counter-terrorists were shooting people who ran up to the wall that was a bomb site. By that point, I assume it's a enthralling game of wait for the bomb to go off, or poke your head out as a terrorist and get shot. And this one seems to be a case of rush to the bomb zone because they're going to get there first, maybe. I don't think this is using the same concept. It's just a map. Kind of a boxy, plain old map. CSDA4. DA4. I don't know what this one's gimmick is. And I assume it does have a gimmick. At least all these basic Counter-Strike ones are easy to clip through. Like, playthrough, I mean. Not no clip through. That would be the opposite of no clip, surely. You can't clip through. Well, I suppose no clip is clipping through.
Okay, let's go.
Whatever. You got lucky. Good. Let's play. Is there a reason I can get onto this ledge? Sort of, yes. It only falls down, so. On the other hand, it looks like I can just get into there, so. Still no. And yet it's broken. Which implies he definitely thought about people getting up there. However, it's still the old, here's a big office complex full of doors that may or may not open, and certainly may or may not have any reason to go in there ever. It's basically a good way to get lost. Which, I don't know, maybe that's fun with a bunch of people. Not opposed to the idea. Makes it hard to look at because it's basically a map that is about winding. Well, it put in an effort. The old room of cameras. What's this place supposed to be, anyway? I think I've pretty well covered what this. Well, they've already strapped dynamite to these things. Hardly need to do anything. No, it's too early. D Nimbus. Oh god, there's a lot of Counter-Strike maps. Where's a person down? Now that I'm thinking about it, Don, you say that TFC, the best TFC maps weren't capture the flag ones. I don't think I've seen it. I think I've maybe seen one not capture the flag TFC map. Well, maybe two. Quite a lot of TFC ones. Capture the flag ones, rather. God only knows how long I was mixing up those two terms. They use the same letters. It's crazy. Random pipes in the walls. On the walls, rather. This isn't bad, I guess. Those bricks don't line it up at all with the bricks that are actually out of the... whatever. Not gonna start Not gonna start nitpicking at how many bricks are out of the walls. That's for other people to do. That door opens. These pipes are alright. As pipes go. Though if you put a valve there, it should do something. That's my controversial opinion. Have regular breakable sections that put steam out or something. I don't know why there'd be steam in one of those pipes. Gas, maybe. Why are there shoes on here? The Shipping Yard by Spider-Man, apparently. We'll get out of the Counter-Strike funk soon, I'm sure. Shipping Yard. I mean, it was nice of it being a Half-Life mod smack in the middle of that to spice things up, but there's a lot of these. Door opens strangely fast. And more importantly, strangely fast and strangely silently. You're opening a door that fast, it's gonna make some kind of sound. It's one of these maps. Some of these doors make sound. Finally, that he set a precedent for himself as to which doors open and which doors don't. So I didn't have to touch every door. Mostly to no effect. I mean, all in all, everything else not that bad. A little bit of ambience, nice details. But the door thing is a sticking point. You could just have all the doors that don't open look a particular way. It's that easy. Fairly big map too. It's quite a nice room. Scale. That's the pipe room, evidently. Rooms. Dead end just to throw me off the trail of the rest of the map. Alright. CS Uber Militia. Alright, this is one of the ones that I could not confirm was the actual map I was looking at. I think the details seemed to line up, but I couldn't be 100% sure. So we'll see. I'm guessing it's going to be a bit like Militia. In this case, surely you'd name it CS Militia Uber or something, so that it gets grouped with it. No. Let me tell you a story.
Okay, let's go.
Cut off from the internet about a year ago. Unfinished maps brought. Apparently, Condition Zero was a travesty. Nothing of interest in that story. The original militia really was. Right? Right, at this time I have to use the doors as well. Does look a bit like militia, doesn't it? Well, at least there is a bit of individual flair in here. And as much as is strictly necessary. Is there even a way to get upstairs? Just walk straight through that, huh? Okay, why didn't I see these stairs before? I guess I just missed that door. Okay, it really is laid out like militia, isn't it? Much more to say. Other than the explosives don't explode. And that's disappointing. Original militia not have a path through there. It's not badly done. That's right, there was the fence that they all got caught on. The bots. Oh. Oh no. You fucked up. Yep, you fucked up again. Fair enough. Let's remake a militia. Okay. Brown by Doctree. This was the man who made that Dungeon Death. That was something. I don't know what, but it was something. Why is that? DT Brown. Back to good old Half-Life. Gonna assume multiplayer. Like how he gave it his own personal prefix. Apparently this is a replica of someone's place. Seem to remember that being a mole somewhere. Maybe he uploaded that too. Not a mole. An example map. Right. Details. I'm sure there's this many boxes. Just wouldn't speak too loudly. It's entirely possible. This doesn't seem very good. Great. Teleport from one cupboard into a different cupboard. That brush looks messed up. In fact, this whole map looks kinda messed up. It's mostly this fucking texture. Can I get outside again? Well, the screenshot was outside. Where is outside? I want to leave. I did it. Oh, right. Also, I was outside. Bunch of trees. That's very strange. What's this supposed to be? Oh, okay. Not his best work then. You're supposed to get in there. And this place is a nightmare to navigate. What? This is real dumb. That's enough of that. So saith me. The next one is another dark tree joint. Brain which I assume is called what it is. Yes? Yes. Nope. That one. DT brain. That's how I listed it in the vaults, that's how I choose to read it. Hope that can ever be stopped now it's started. Hell, huh? Yeah, he wasn't wrong. That's a bit of a weird one. Don't know that this is a good map. I'm gonna see if I can turn that off. I bet I can't. Nope, just restarts it. Let's not linger much longer here. Oh no. Yep, seen enough of that one. THWC2 Stalky. Did find this one, which frankly is more surprising than anything else. I don't know why. Something about this just, it says a map that I wouldn't expect to find. It seems like awfully high resolution textures, but I guess we'll see. Stalkyard remake, obviously. Certainly seems to be that thing. It's identical to ye old Stalkyard, actually. So this crossbow isn't tilted. It's not very dark in there. Are there snarks? There are snarks. Alright, one of those. Cobwebs. That's a good idea. I don't know that there's a whole lot more to look at here, given this appears to be a very direct remake of the old Stalkyard, which we're all familiar with. Probably. We all should be familiar with. Stalkyard's a good map. Doesn't seem that bad, actually. And if you for whatever reason just don't like playing Stalkyard itself, it's always kind of a weird thing remakes like that, because there's a perfect good Stalkyard you can already play. Fight Yard Grounds. I wouldn't know. This would be Counter-Strike, not Half-Life. Of course, Fight Yard. It's a very generic name. Fight Yard Grounds. Fight Yard Floors. Fight Yard Objects. I mean, these maps at least quick to look at. Symmetrical, I'm on a roof, there's ladders, underpass, boxes. Attempts at detail. There's grass. Unless the grass is an automatic thing in Counter-Strike, isn't it? With some textures. So I guess I can't tell whether or not I even did that. I guess not the worst I've seen, but it still is what it is. The Smallville. It's a small village in the woods. It's right in the name. That must be how I came up with it. Got about 10 minutes left, and if it's the rest of it is just spent looking at these Counter-Strike maps, it's going to be annoying. We've already played Small Town, now we're playing Smallville. Assume next will be Small City. Small Unit. Small block of flats. Some bad clipping. Seems fine. Maybe a little blocky. There's plants in that box. That's some bad looping. I guess this isn't terrible. Whoa, that's some hard water. Guess that's about everything in this map too. Kind of like that. A little bit of ambience in there too. It's, yeah, it's okay. Momentum by well, doesn't really matter so much who it's by as the fact it's another TFC map. You thought we were done, but no. Or rather, you'd think we were done. But alas. It certainly seems a lot later in the time frame people were making TFC maps in. I mean, it's around this point we start getting into the source stuff. I mean, in stream and in history. Yeah, this... I think this isn't a... sort of one of those reverse capture the flag maps. Except, probably have to wait for a timer, right? For the round to start. Which doesn't show very well. Yep. I don't have anything to fill 30 seconds with. Other than a upside down spray. Guessing this is copied around. So it'll be the right way up on this side. Will I have time to test my theory? Nope. I don't know how long the period is where you can't spray. Nope. This isn't too bad. It's like we've seen a map like this. Though the other one admittedly was better. And that one was very good, so presumably it's going to lock off each area until you capture the one before it. It's more than anything else, it could use some landmarks. I feel like it's mostly quite samey throughout. Like a fairly long map too. Oh, ow. What? Did I enter someone's spawn or something? I feel like it should have said something. Fair enough. The Dust Team Wave. This was definitely one that I couldn't place from the screenshot. A place that I got it from, it had the same name and the same maker, but the screenshot looked like it was a different map. So I guess we'll see whether this is actually the right one. presumably. Okay, it is DDoS Team Wave. The screenshot looked more like Aztec textures, which, you know, would not be out of Boca's wheelhouse from what we've seen. But, yeah. Guess we'll know fairly quickly. Been awfully noisy this morning. Okay, no, this looks right to me. Maybe the screenshot was wrong. That's at a distance. That's a wall, not a stair. Those textures strangely line up perfectly. Bothers me how jumping slows you down, so I can't even entertain myself as I jump around a map that isn't especially well detailed like this one. All I have to entertain myself is knife swinging or shooting, but that would get annoying. Team Wave online gaming since 2004, apparently. Long and varied history, that's why you've heard of them so much. At least I haven't. It's just kind of bland more than anything else, but that's about what you'd come to expect from a map with D-Dust in the name. Fight Yard Snowplace Sim. Apparently he just did a Fight Yard map. God, there's been a lot of this shit. Can't there be less of this shit? I think I just wasn't quite in the mood for all this Counter-Strike rubbish. Even the stuff that wasn't especially rubbish. Alright. So it tells me we'll have a rough idea of the layout. Grenades in the water, where else are you going to put them? Well, at least there's some variation in the old brushwork. Even if it's one of these, and ought to be treated as such. Not much else going on otherwise. Textures used, probably about 4. DM Coastland, Half-Life 2 by Haboy. Frankly, I wasn't expecting to find this one off-site, but I did. Where are we? Be Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, no doubt. See what he was doing in the day. I can't imagine there were a whole lot of source maps in the old vault. At least that weren't like Counter-Strike source. sure there's plenty of those. Okay. Strikes me as slightly framey about this. Strange little puddle just there. Maybe it's just because I'm running literally everything. Hello, bad. I don't get score for that. Oh, right. Items get knocked around, don't they? Just I like the idea of throwing a giant log into someone. Not quite enough sprint for an area this big. I could see this being alright for a scrap, but maybe the weapons are a little thin. And maybe the pigeons are a little thin too. Also, this has far too much ammo in it. But not even the gun. Oh, maybe the gun was supposed to be in there. Flying bird being a nice touch. Those are always fun. Fairly simple stuff though, all said. Alright, I've only got a couple left, but I am going to have to leave it there, right around when I normally leave it, but nevertheless. I'm not going to go over at all because I have an appointment at 11 and I should probably, I don't know, have a shower or something, become even marginally presentable. So, I will cut it off here. Thanks for hanging out. We're almost through all those old maps, and by old maps I mean maps that we've been through and never found. Which means next time we'll start getting back into new stuff again. Stuff we haven't already covered. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all next time.